Hey, what's up and what is good? Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be looking at a tier list for this game. My background in the game is, well, I'll put a ton of time into it, but you probably might find if you go and check my channel right now. Got about 140-50 hours in the game so far. I really enjoy it, you may say. Amongst other games I play, I like to highlight all the dark and difficult games out there and try and just look at interesting games you may have never heard of. Plus I do a couple mainstreams. So this is my first tier list ever. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. And if you find this useful at all, do subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Do that right now. And I'll see you back here sometime soon. That being said, I've got 3 areas in each category. It's going to be the upper, the mid, and the lower. And I'm going to go through all the characters, and first off I'm going to be going through all of the attack characters, then all of the support characters, and then all of the health or kind of health buff characters. May switch between health and support, as some of them share those between one character. Very diverse, some of these characters. They all have 3 setups, except for Noak. And let's start off with Noak, shall we? Noak is going to be in the upper C, and that's being quite generous, I'm going to be honest here, because he's got 1 setup. Now the best thing about that setup is he can slap a character from left to right or from right to left, and that would help out with having another character not move. Now that's very luck based, and that is a thing in the game that I'll look at as a point that's very good, but not something that's going to win you all the time. You want to have definite strategies in this game that help you completely smash the enemies, and so that's luck based. Now he does have a buff to his attack. On his last ability you need 3 purple pigment to achieve, and that's cool, but 3 purple pigment is very high in this game and a cost I'm not really willing ever to spend. And you can get so many more better things with just using his mid attack. Okay, and that does up to about 12 plus damage, well, around that. Okay, so yes, I don't really ever rank him up, to be honest. He does not die, there's one benefit, and there is a cool side to him that is called using yellow pigment all the time. And you can get away with a lot of cheap attacks. Interesting character, but highly underutilized with only 1 setup. He needs a B and a C setup to make him rise up to a B or a possibly at best like lower A. I don't know how he's going to rise beyond this for me. Cool, we're going to go ahead and go with Boyle. Oh man. See, when I first got the game I was like, he's alright. He is alright. And then I realized he is that good. Boyle is amazing. So amazing that I'm putting him up in the upper A. His C setup is his best. He has Discipline Clobber, which he shares with Griffin, who is an exceptional character, and I'll go for Griffin probably next. Actually, no, I'll go for Pearl next. Now, this guy is very nice. He is very nice. He has attack that goes down the gut and attack that goes left and right on the C setup, making him extremely viable and an extremely powerful character. Rank him up and you'll be seeing and benefiting from that process. He is so good, man. He can take out pretty much most bosses and chuck on Frail or some kind of opulent egg, and you're going to be doing OP damage with this young guy. Very good character. Very good. Pearl is going into, I would say, possibly S, upper A and lower S. This is where Pearl's going to sit for now. Pearl has her best setup, and it's going to be her C setup. A lot of the characters you'll find have a good setup in the C setup, and it seems to be the way to go. So C may be what they have set up as more attack orientated. Now, she is phenomenal. Like, I mean, oh my god. Pearl is phenomenal, man. When you first see Pearl, just get Pearl. Just keep talking. She's phenomenal. Awesome character. They did nerf her. They did make her need purple pigment to be able to achieve her attacks, and that has happened from, I'd say, a couple of updates back. Apart from that, she's still viable. You just need purple pigment. And I mean, that's why I don't really use it on Noak, because it's just 3 purple pigment to achieve an attack buff that you can get from the Shard of Noak. Yeah, I don't know, it's not as good. So this character is phenomenal. Very good character. Was my main character for a long time until she got nerfed for the purple. We're going to go with our next character, Long Liver. Now, Long Liver is potentially in the lower S. Long liver is a very interesting character. I don't really use long liver too much though. So, I mean, in terms of my usability, I don't really use long liver. One thing that makes long liver kind of wander between here and here for me, just going to keep long liver around right here, is that long liver has a really low pigment cost. Like, you're looking at nothing. Potentially the best setup would be B setup, I believe. The B setup, and you're getting a rupture and an attack. Like, so good, man. The rupture has a refresh, so if you use it, you can do that and then go in for the 10. Okay, and then the 10 is going to be a free 10, basically. There's no negative downside to it. Okay, if you can put on a rupture, really, really good. Okay, very good character, very good character. Fennec is support. We'll get to that later. Smokestacks is support. Griffin, oh my god. Now we're looking at a beast of a character. Let's go and shift these guys over a bit. Now you know what I'm about to do. Griffin goes right here. Griffin, for the longest time, was my main. And now I'll get to who is. You probably know who is. Was my main. He is an exceptionally powerful character. Very hard to get. If you've got him, wow, good on you. You're awesome. And not saying you're not if you don't. And if you want to find out how to get him, drop a comment. I'll tell you how. He is really, really good. And okay, so he's just so powerful, man. Like, his best setup is the A setup. Okay, you want to go with that if you use this character, nothing else but that. If you somehow can get him and wing him and get him on the team through shop, and he has that setup, you are going to be godlike. The only downside to him is, and this is what keeps him in mid-S, is the fact that he needs to have Spotlight to achieve his greatest form. Once in that form, if he gets hit, night, and then that gets passed to the enemy, and then they get his powers. So you want to protect him as much as possible. Okay, he is exceptionally powerful. Let's keep going. The new character, Burnout. Burnout is, in my opinion, sitting over here. Okay, why does he sit over there? Well, his best setup. Okay, best setup. Okay, let me just see which one it is. I think it is the A. Oh no, it's the C setup. Both attacks on that. Both attacks go down over time. Both attacks have the potential to refresh for, I think it's like 30 to 40% chance. And they start off really well, but the damage goes down over time, and that's a bit of a curse. You're banking on luck playing with him. You're banking on him, as they say, to burn out with his damage, but to be completely lucky in his refresh rate. If that doesn't play out, then what have you got? And so that's why he sits in upper B for me. And on top of this, just to kind of put some facts in there, you could argue that if you rank him up, then he's going to be useful. Well, I mean, yeah, I've done that. Okay, and I'm speaking from a bit of background here. I've got a bit of background in the game. I've done that. I've clocked the game. Yeah, you could rank him up. You could get him to like the third area in the game and rank him up, and he would have exceptionally good damage. But then again, the HP of the enemies is as high as that. Okay, so yeah, you just it's losing. You're still losing. Okay, so interesting character, but not as viable. Claver. Now we're talking Claver. Claver is pretty damn good. I think Claver hovers between mid-A and upper A. He will probably sit here for me today. He's not as good as Boyle because of the damage on his setup. I think potentially his best setup would be C or A, one of the two. Now he can bust through shields. Just so damn good, man. He has a left and right attack and very, very cheap pigment usage. He doesn't cost much to get procced. Like, he's so cool, man. It's I still haven't worked out if that hammer is his head or his eyes underneath his chest or his head. He's cool. Get him. Now, tough to get to. Kill a ton of music men. You get him. Now we're going to go into Dimitri. Dimitri is godlike. Dimitri goes way up here. Now Dimitri is hovering right here. I would say Dimitri is potentially on the same rank as Griffin. I would say arguably he's on the same rank or just under, and I'm going to probably keep it here for today. I just love him so much, man. 100% a must. If you can get the C set up, he's godlike, absolutely attacking everything on the field and leaving fire for 2, and then it goes up, and then in that he leaves it, and he attacks for really good damage too. Like, man, starts off good, gets really good. I'm talking like dirty damage. He'll kill all the bosses for you. And with the new Incubus boss, the Incubus boss will suffer with this character on the team, particularly because it likes to shuffle, and the longer you leave it on the field, as you have no choice, 200 HP, the more it's going to shuffle. And so keep that in your mind. It's going to shuffle all over his fire, and it's going to get burnt every time it moves. It's insanely good. Okay, so you want to have him on the team for that. We're going to go over here to Leviat. Leviat is very good. Okay, let's go and shift these two over here for now. Okay, so Leviat is really good, man. But the one downside to Leviat is that Leviat needs, and I'm going to put Leviat approximately over here. Leviat needs space. Leviat needs a healer, and Leviat does damage, but damages one of the team members or itself. Okay, so you're looking at that. You're looking at, I think potentially it's the B setup for Longliver and then the C setup for Leviat, if I'm wrong. I always get these two confused. Okay, this one has good constriction though, locking the bosses down, which I would also say makes Longliver exceptionally powerful. Locking the bosses down, you don't want them to move. Leviat takes the Longliver takes the bash. Leviat though, I mean, if you can smash out a 12 damage attack. But you know what? This is arguable. This is very arguable right now, because then it's got frail. So I'm hovering once again between here and here. Let's keep it here for now. I might change my mind in the future. Let's look over here. Now, Mordrake. Did you know that Mordrake's a playable character? Now you know. Mordrake is an item character that you can get, and Mordrake is better than Noak in many senses, and it's for this one reason. If you can get Mordrake as an item, as soon as you chuck it on one character, even if you've got no more characters than that one character, let's say Noak is the last, whoever pops up, as soon as you put it on Noak and there's no more characters, every single square will be full of Mordrakes, and that's what's going to pop up in your game. It takes advantage of every empty square and just enters it. So you have 5 Mordrakes on the field, heading left and right, hitting the enemies around, dropping their HP, and it also applies a stronger attack every time it attacks. I think it's not Scars. There's another one there. It's Infested, I think, or something like that, which amps its attack. Super interesting character. Very good. We're going to sit Mordrake up here. It's kind of disrespectful, man. I'm going to sit it probably around that lower B, the mid B. Okay, we're getting dirty here. Now, the greatest character in the game is Bimini. For attack. It's so good, it's going, but Bimini's going off the screen, it's that good. Bimini, she is just my favorite character. She is, I mean, man, if you want to make fun of the bosses in the game, if you want to look and do it like a boss in style, you're going to have to get her, man. She is exceptionally good. Check my videos on how to get her. I've posted a video on how to get all the last characters in the game. Way up there, man. She is S tier. She is so good. You need 3 types of pigments to chuck on her left-right attack. 8 damage each. That is insane as a rank 1 character. Goes up to 12, goes up to 16, and if you can get Opulent Egg or Firstborn or Head of the Scribe, you're in boss mode right now. Now, between Firstborn and Head of the Scribe, yeah, man. Head of the Scribe is just amazing. Yeah. Head of the Scribe, I would say possibly better, and it's because it goes on pretty much everyone. Like, it's like godlike, man. So you have to, if you can get that, you're good. Now, what do we got here? This is the pretty good look right now. So she's amazing. Her C setup is the best. I love her. I absolutely love her. Anton. Okay, Anton is So this is tricky, man, because he plays on luck. Is he better than Burnout? Yes, he is. Anton is, for me, hovering between the A and the B. He's pure luck based. Okay, pure luck based in it. His shank, his ability to do the cheap blow, the C setup is brutal, man. Okay, and he can rupture. It's like, okay, so if you wanted to get a good setup for long liver, then you'd have to rupture the enemy, and that's what you want with this guy. You want to have those two paired up, and then you've got a good plan. Okay, that's almost all of the attackers done. And don't forget to subscribe right now if you're watching. I'd love to have you come back and drop a like. Now, let's get to it, shall we? Business time. Clive. Clive is kind of underrated. Is Clive better than Anton? Yes, he is. Because he's guaranteed. Okay, guaranteed to be able to tank the enemies. Okay, absolutely guaranteed to tank. Actually, let me think here. The Constrictor. Okay, these two are Constrictors, aren't they? Constrict. This one is this one. Yeah, this is the Constrictor as well in many ways. Okay, this guy is a beast. Okay, absolutely messes up the enemies. Really heavy puncher. Can do some really good damage, and he can heal himself, which makes him super viable. I'll put him down in lower A tier. Okay, we've got upper, mid, and then lower right here. Last is going to be this one here. Now we're moving into the healers. Best healer in the game, Hans. Okay, when you're looking at this, you're going, Hans is, why is she in upper S? We're going for the healers now. Now she is upper S, 100%. Frail and all screen heal. I just need to repeat that one more time. It's just so damn good, man. She is the greatest ever healer in the game. Very good. These two together. In fact, these two together. In fact, any of this upper S here, you're looking at heaven right now. You could get any of these two together with Hans, and you've just done the game, and you've done it dirty. Just yeah. C setup all the way. Thipe is very underrated. Okay, running out of space here. Just shift some characters around, shall I? Thipe is really underrated, man. Poor stitches, simple stitches, however you look at it. With a rupture, that rupture has the potential to kill some of the enemies. I mean, if you're looking at 3 HP left, you're looking at a potential to kill with Thipe. Thipe is really good, man. And so what makes Thipe so good, with poor stitches, she can heal up to 2 to 3 characters at the same time, across anywhere on the screen, as long as they have the same amount of HP left. Okay, so if they all have 5, then they will get healed at the same time. If the lowest HP person has 4, then that person gets the heal. It depends on who has the lowest HP. So hopefully you got equal numbers. She's awesome, man. Very good. Aegon has an actually real good heal, but he doesn't get that higher. Okay, he's very cursed. He does have high HP. He can carry you, but he doesn't have good attacks, so you can't win with him. It's just not good. Cranes goes way down here, man. Okay, Cranes has a heal though. He's upper D, and yeah, I don't know. I really do like him, but he's just funny. I mean, I like when his face falls off and stuff, and it's kind of awkward. He's cool though, man. They need to put more characters like that in the game, and I do think that they need to make more of the NPCs that you talk to playable. So Mordrake is an exceptionally good choice. Now, he'll stay there. Mr. Arnold. Oh my god. He's going off the screen, bro. He's going way off. Now, he's got the god-awful. Raises his attack. He has a slap, but the man never gets beyond 5 damage. You can argue that he does, and you can rank him up, and I don't know why you would. But what is he best for? He's best for carrying an item for you, that you don't want to put on your characters that really matter. He's best for tanking a hit. He's best for just being a wingman. I don't know, man. I don't know how to describe him. He's not good. Okay, sorry, Arnold. That has to be done, bro. Splig. Splig has the potential to give you really good pigment on hit of the character. And with that being said, has a good heal too, but doesn't get beyond bottom C. Okay, I'm putting it right here. Okay, so pretty much these two are kind of hand in hand similar. Get this guy out of the way for a minute. Aegon stays there. Fennec. Now let's talk Fennec. Fennec is upper A. Why is that? Well, Fennec has Fennec's C setup. Some of the best strats I've seen in the game. Okay, if you want to take out the Incubus, get Fennec. Okay, this is a very viable character. Okay, I would say Fennec is upper A. I mean, closing in C. If Fennec gets one more better attack, then yeah. I mean, and why is it upper A? Okay, so when I was facing the Incubus, and I've killed the Incubus, killed it on day 1 of the update. Okay, wish I'd recorded that too. Now, when I was facing the Incubus, this character, I had this guy with 16 bone spurs. That's how long it took me to... I was like, getting my ass handed to me. This character here won it for me, man. Like, really, really, really won it. Okay, and so it blocks, it chucks on a bone spur. Okay, the more bone spurs, the more revenge damage it gets. Okay, it can block for your partners and it can block for itself. Best setup is the C. Highly viable. So go with that. Fennec has got a heart on its face. Very cool character. Now, Gospel. A very cool character. It cannot be moved. It has Inspire. It can Refresh. As a utility character. Now, as a utility, this is what we're looking at now. Complete utility. It's sitting potentially mid to low A. Okay, this is where it sits for me. Okay, now why does it sit there? Let's move Rags out of the way. Why does Gospel sit there? Well, Gospel can't be moved. Okay, actually we'll look at doing this for a minute. Let's do mid A. Gospel can't be moved. Okay, Gospel's HP can't be healed. Gospel has one setup. Now, of the things that Gospel has, they're all excellent, but Gospel cannot attack. Okay, pure utility can heal the whole team and kill Gospel for that. So that's what you're dealing with, a massive trade. Okay, Gospel's best ability is giving your characters the extra turn, and you need to make advantage of that, but you need to have the pigment. So Gospel needs a lot of pigment. Okay, I've had situations where I've had Bimini and she's had, let's say, Firstborn or Opulent Egg or Head of the Scribe, and this guy is on the right. Then you're in an optimal setting if you've got the pigment. Apart from that, you're not really going to be sitting to fly. I'm actually going to be generous here. I'll be bumping up to like upper A tier. Okay, as a utility. Smokestacks. Now, Smokestacks is pretty OP. Like, as a utility, super useful. Okay, Smokestacks is sitting as a utility probably around lower A to upper B. Okay, I would go far as to say like A, but we're just gonna fit Smokestacks in. I'll tell you what, we're going to get Smokestacks in. Smokestacks is going to sit over here. Let's get everybody shifted over a bit, shall we? Make some space. Smokestacks is going to be sitting in here, and Smokestacks is really viable, man. Can steal pigment from all enemies, but then the problem is you have overflow. It can remove the overflow, and it can chuck on shields. So, I don't know actually. When you come to think about it, who do I like out of Fennec and Smokestacks? I actually prefer Smokestacks, so we're going to do a bit of a change up here. This is what we're looking at. We're looking at this. Okay, This Smokestack's character is insanely good. Okay, I highly recommend getting it. And if you don't know how to get it, wow, let me know. I can drop you a comment. Very cool to get. I've got a video up. Rags. Now rags, how do we talk about rags? Rags is good if you are strategical. You need to be able to link the enemies together, link them in places that make them do more damage when hit in one powerful attack. Okay, and who can do that? Well, Bimini's going to be doing that attack. Okay, this guy's going to be doing that attack with his A setup on his last attack. And you're also looking at, if you can get Dimitri and this guy together, they will absolutely bully the bosses. Like, there's no way around that. These two would be heaven together. But you just need to know that it's a big risk. And yeah, damage he takes is also chucked onto other team members, a bit like Bimini. So yeah, I don't know. She's godlike though. She is absolutely godlike. And that being said, guys, hope you enjoyed that. That is my breakdown, my tier list here of Brutal Orchestra. Do subscribe and come back for more. And stay tight, guys. We'll catch you later.